Thank you, Rick. As usual, a lovely way to start our Sunday morning together. Welcome, everyone. It's a beautiful day. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to shut your phones down so they don't interrupt the service. And a special message this morning to those of you watching on the internet, and also to those of us who may watch when we're not here. If you ever experience difficulty and cannot get the live stream, please give us a call. And that number is
540
540
797
797
1367.
1367. That is a very magical number, and Jan will say it again at the end of the service for announcements. But we may be able to fix it. When we didn't live stream actually live last Sunday, we didn't know because our information looked like we were going live. So just remember to give us a call. The number's also in your directory. And it's possible that we could get it fixed if we know about it during the time that we're recording. So that being said, Dr. Wiggins is with us for our special message, and we've got William Penn with special music. We're so glad to be together today and see you all. So let's say our morning affirmation together. We joyfully welcome all who seek a deeper connection to Spirit. Together we affirm that love, peace, and abundance flow through us and unite us as one. Let's all stand and sing our first joy song.
I'm so glad to see you all, to be with you this morning and share some ideas that I hope are helpful. We want to welcome not just the people in our room here, but also the people who are looking at us on the television, not television, but the internet. And it's a special time always to know the truth together. Today, my meditation is going to be actually words that were spoken by Emmett Fox. And in these days when Venezuela, Greenland, Denmark, Colombia, other countries are in our minds. It's a wonderful opportunity to be reminded of the golden key. This is what Emmett Fox said. We've said that the golden key is simple, and so it is. But of course, it is not always easy to turn. If you are very frightened or worried, it may be difficult at first to get your thoughts away from material things. But by constantly repeating some statement of absolute truth that appeals to you, such as, "There is no power but God," or "I am the child of God, filled and surrounded by the perfect peace of God," or "God is love," or "God is guiding me, God is guiding us as a nation," or perhaps best and simplest of all, just "God is with me, God is with us." However, or mechanical it may be at first, you will soon find that the treatment has begun to take and that your mind is clearing. Do not struggle violently, be quiet, but insistent. Each time that you find your attention wandering, just switch it straight back to God. Do not try to think out in advance what the solution of your difficulty would be. This is technically called outlining and will only delay the demonstration. Leave the question of ways and means strictly to God. You want to get out of your difficulty. That is sufficient. You do your half. Let us all do our half. And God will never fail to do his. Whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Shall we say our statement of being? God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance.
What a difference a day makes. Pretty full hour. Caught the sun and the flower right after the rain. My yesterday was rainy, and now I found a way deep. It made my days hard to get me. Since I found the light, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me, stars above can be stormy. Since I found truth, and it still exists, it's helping me have love and happiness on your menu. What a difference a they made, and the difference is gone. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Like the starry summer's night, snow covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Pick up your fellow man, give him a helping hand. Love in your heart. Don't hesitate. My goodness, getting late. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. This way. See, another day goes by. Still a children cry. Put a little love in your heart. We want the world to know. We gonna let it grow. Put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. The world will be a better place for you and me. This way. See, just look around, and if you look down, put a little love in your heart. I hope you will decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. The world will be a better place for you and me. This way. See, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love, put a little love, put a little love in your heart.
Thank you, William. That was a lovely melody. Combination of wonderful songs. Thank you. It's now time for our healing meditation. That time in our service when we just pause, we relax, and go within. And remember that we are never alone. Remember that nobody is ever really alone. There is forever a presence, perhaps many presences, that accompany us in our times of joy and uplift, in our times of feeling abandoned, worried, concerned. It matters not, for we are never alone. We might not feel another presence, but we can know for a certainty that there is. The presence of God as love for us helps us get through every day, every experience, every challenge, every opportunity. Oh, how grateful we are for that presence, that infinite presence within us and around us, wherever we go, whatever time of day or night, no matter what's going on. Amen and amen. Thank goodness it is so. Feeling that, assuring ourselves of that. That power, that love, that genius, that good, right where we are expressing through us as we permit it, as we think of it, as we allow it to fill our sense of here now. In the next 90 seconds, bring to mind something that is challenging you, something that has you kind of stumped, frustrated, or maybe even frightened. And know for a certainty that you are not alone within it. That there is infinite power with you, within you, available to you. Infinite love, infinite patience, infinite creativity. Right now and always. Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you what you need. You have my assurance that I am with you always. You are loved. You are led. You are blessed. This is what God is saying to us at all times. Let us change those ways that we react to life, knowing this truth. I'm never, ever alone. God is with me always. Amen. Shall we say the nor a translation of the Lord's Prayer. This is the translation from the ancient Aramaic that Jesus spoke. We can almost hear him speaking it to us right now. Our Father who is everywhere, your name is sacred, your kingdom is come, your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive us our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error, because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song of praise from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Amen. Well, my talk today is entitled Our Deepest Identity. A while back, in a magazine, there was an article about a family practice physician. Her name was Dr. Karen Wyatt, and she had worked for a long time in an interdisciplinary hospice service. During the time she was working there, she had this amazing dream, or vision possibly. It was something that always stayed with her. It goes, I was led into a circular room filled with incredible resplendent light. In the center of the room stood an old man, white-haired, who was translucent and almost seemed to be composed of the light itself. He pointed to the wall of the room, which was covered with a collage of pictures. I saw that each picture was a scene from my life, representing both significant and trivial events, times of celebration and suffering, achievement and failure. I observed that each scene had its own shape and that all of the scenes fit together perfectly, as do the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Awestruck, I whispered, it's all perfect. Everything that has happened has been perfect. He nodded in agreement. I went on to bemoan, oh, if I only had realized this before, I regret all the time I wasted worrying about things and feeling despair. I just didn't. He placed his finger on my lips to silence me. Again, pointing to the collage, he spoke, look, even the worrying was perfect. That's a fascinating dream or vision that Dr. Wyatt had. And it certainly was realer than real to her. The question is this the truth of all of us? Does it really mean that everything that has happened to you and me was perfect? That there was a good, perhaps a secret plan in every part of our experiences, even the painful ones, the scary ones, the mistakes, as well as the successes and the triumphs that we had. If we looked at it carefully and thought about it deeply, could we possibly see the good, the blessings that came out of perhaps our most painful experiences? Those down moments. Now, that's something that needs to be thought about seriously. Because if we accepted that idea, thought about it, it would require a total readjustment of the way we looked at the past or anticipated the future. It could make anxiety and stress and guilt, despair, a thing of the past. Of course, It wouldn't absolve us from having to do our best at all times, promising ourselves that we will make a total commitment to a positive effort in everything we did, which we should be doing anyway. It's a challenging question that it is worthwhile asking us. Is there a perfection in our lives that our limited understanding doesn't allow us to see? Is there a rightness, a holiness in every part of the tapestry of our lives? Now, I'm going to change the subject completely, and after a while, we'll join these things back together. But ancient civilizations all had creation stories. I guess people have always had a need to know where they came from, how they fit into the larger picture of life, and why things are the way they are. The Sumerians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, and the Hebrews all had oral traditions that tried to answer these central questions people asked. These oral traditions were gradually written down. They were written on clay tablets, they were written on walls and on parchment, and so forth. It's said that the Sumerian oral traditions were created something like 3000 BC. The Babylonian creation stories were developed later, kind of based on the Sumerian ones, but from 1700 to 1200 BC was when they wrote down their view of the beginning of all things, how and why all things were the way they were. Now, the Egyptians, on the other hand, had a number of creation stories because they had a lot of different gods in every city. And depending on what city you lived in, their creation myths seem to have been created between 2700 and then 2200 BC. Some experts, though, say that they could have been as old as 3000 BC. That's old. Wow. Now, the Hebrews, most scholars believe, started writing down the Old Testament during a 1,000-year period, starting in 1400 BC. The Babylonian captivity took place in about 600 BC. Writing down their beliefs accelerated dramatically during the captivity because the religious hierarchy was desperate. They were desperate to keep their people united in this foreign country so they wouldn't begin to believe what the people around them believed. It's estimated that about 20,000 people were forced into exile in Babylon. That's a quarter of the population at that period of time. Knowing and practicing their spiritual teachings, their ceremonies, their history and spiritual laws would assure their keeping their Hebrew beliefs alive. Putting it all down on parchment was absolutely essential. After the captivity, the Old Testament continued to grow until about 400 BC, as different prophets, different events were put down. Perhaps the most remarkable thing that these biblical scholars have said is that the oral traditions of the earliest songs and stories may have dated back to the 14th century BC. The thing that sets the Hebrew creation story apart from all the other creation stories in that part of the world is that the Sumerians, the Babylonians, and the Egyptians believed that there were multiple gods. The Hebrews believed in one God only. The multiple gods, it was said, created humans because they got really tired of having to work so hard. So they created humans so they would do the work. The Hebrews believed in one God, and they celebrated his covenant with them. And through his laws, the Hebrew people created a way for his people, the Hebrew God rather, created a way for his people to live in harmony with him and with each other. Now, the point of all this history is to point out that the book of Genesis has likely been around and possibly written down since 1400 BC, close to 3,500 years ago. 3,500 years. Every person who's Jewish or Christian has been exposed to, has heard the ringing truth that is written in Genesis. We are the image and likeness of God. Now, you've heard those words multiple times, but have you really heard them? Have you identified that phrase as the truth of your being? A truth much more basic than all of the other ways that you define yourself. For we define ourselves so often by our place in the family, our work, even our hobbies. I'm a fisherman, I'm a father, you name the profession. That's the way we define ourselves generally. Instead of another way. Now, this morning, I'm going to ask you to hear deeply the truth of what you are. I would like to ask you to close your eyes. And that includes those who are seeing this service on the internet. Now, once your eyes are closed, I want you to deliberately relax your body. Let it all go. We have so much tension and don't even realize it. Push your shoulders as far down as you can comfortably and hold it for 5 or 6 seconds. And then release. Now, would you say to yourself very slowly, I am the image and likeness of God. Repeat it. Now, don't just say it in your head. Say it in the depths of your being, slowly, deep, deep within. There's a totally different feeling when you just say it in your head and it echoes in your spiritual depths. Say it one last time, feeling it. Thank you. You can open your eyes now. Hopefully, now you have meaningfully heard the truth of your being. You've said it to yourself in your depths. I'd like to ask you seriously to consider taking about 5 or 6 seconds every day. When you first wake up in the morning, or just after you turn the light off at night and start settling in your bed, relaxing, or both times if you wish. Say this great truth to yourself from your spiritual depths. As I said, it only takes 5 or 6 seconds to say it. Gradually, as we do that repeatedly, day after day, night after night, it will gradually seep into the center of our self-image. You'll begin to feel it and approach life with that powerful spiritual attitude. You'll approach life with more things than you can imagine. I am the image and likeness of God. Now, briefly, through the eyes of this great statement that is the truth of you, can you begin to see that maybe everything is perfect? Just as Dr. Wyatt's experience revealed to her. Whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not, whether we've ever considered the possibility that everything does fit together perfectly, wouldn't it make good sense? Wouldn't it be logical that the experience of a being who is the image and likeness of God, who is part of God, who can never be separated from all the power, all the life, all the good, all the love, that they would live a life, whether they felt it or not, believed it or not, that all their experiences were spiritually perfect for them. My life has been perfect, even though I didn't know it. Think about this. Consider it. Let's go with it. We go within, and we know for certainty that the words from Genesis are the truth of us, have always been the truth of us, whether we knew it or not. Perhaps we are more deeply awakening to the power of those words, to the reality of those words, to the usefulness of those words. As we think about it, as we ponder it, we know that God will respond in His perfect way, allowing us to know that indeed everything that we have experienced is perfect. Amen.
Amen.
Everything was changed. Nothing stays the same. It's everyone will change. No one stays the same. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way change. There are not many things in your life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, the sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds still fly. Winter turns to spring, and a wounded heart will heal, but never, never much too soon. Because everyone will change. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. Because that's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in your life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the ground, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. There are not many things in your life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, the sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Everything must change.
William, that was beautiful. Thank you. Now, shall we have the blessing of the gifts? Thank you. We will say it together, and what we'll do is feel it together as well, knowing that we give and we receive. That's great law. As we give, blessings come to us untold. And we give in many different ways. We give through our days, just to smile at someone. Or we give to this church. Or we give advice. Or we go to our neighbor and help them do something. But every opportunity to give is a blessing. An opportunity to bring God's activity into our world more vigorously, more beautifully. Shall we say our blessing of the gifts? Today, I acknowledge God, omnipresent, as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept God's will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to the increased flow of abundance in me right now. I joyfully accept the gifts of life and give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God omnipresent blesses and multiplies this gift for all Thank you, dear God. And now we have some announcements.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, the flowers today are sponsored by Bobby Baldacci, and he's not here, so I'll have to text him and see what he wants me to do with them. So, but we do appreciate it. So, before I forget, I will make that announcement about the phone number again. Last week we had some difficulties. We thought we were streaming, and it did not happen. So, if you are watching and you're having an issue with it, please text me at 540-797-1367. And most of the time I can correct the problem. But if I don't know there's a problem, I can't do anything about it. So please, again, that number is 540-797-1367. Because I know that there are several people that are watching, and they told me when they thought it was something wrong with their issue, but no, it was ours. So please make sure that you do that if you're watching and you have an issue. We still have a sign-up sheet for flowers, for snacks, for birthday Sunday. So it's a new year, so please sign up for whatever you can help with. We greatly appreciate it. Also, going forth, we've been talking about having a prayer circle, and as most of y'all probably got a paper today about a survey or a questionnaire that we're asking about. So if you put on the bottom of that when you would like to do a prayer circle, if you want to do it on Wednesday night when we're here, or if you want to do it another night, or whatever, just let us know, because we do want to start this, and we want to start it as soon as possible. And Pam said it should be at least 20 to 30 minutes, so it may be it's something we've had a long time ago, and so we feel the need to do that again. So let us know what your thoughts are on that. Also, last week I announced that I was no longer going to be the trash collector for taking out the trash. So Bobby has he's volunteered for the month. We're going to rotate with the other church, taking the trash cans out. So we're doing it in January. Bobby Baldacci has said he would do it in January. So I'm not sure how well he can do that, because I think he does have some issues. So, but if we have some other volunteers that would help him do that on Monday evening or Tuesday morning, we'd greatly appreciate it. And then the other church will do it on February, and we'll just rotate every month so that everybody gets a chance to take out the trash. So, let's see, Sean will be here. He is coming in person on the weekend of the 24th, 25th. He will be doing a workshop on Saturday from 10 to 12, and it's called the 7 Spiritual People Skills. This will give us a chance, hopefully, to see how he teaches, because even though we're talking about ministers, we do need teachers, because, Maurita is a teacher, so, and she can't continue to teach all the time. And so, anyhow, we want to see how he does with teaching classes. So this will be an experience that. So if you can come out and do that, we'd appreciate it. That Saturday from 10 to 12. As soon as this service is over, like I said a couple of weeks ago, we're going to have a short congregational meeting after I turn off the streaming, just so we can talk a little bit about the questionnaire that we gave. And so we'll do that. And it'll be a very short, but we will do that. Let's see. You want to talk about your class?
Yeah. I'm going to be teaching a class on the power of your subconscious mind, and it will start a week from tomorrow, a week from Monday, and that I believe is the 19th. We'll meet on Mondays, as I said, for 4 weeks, and the charge is $20, and we have scholarships in the event that isn't quite available to you at this time. So I look forward to seeing a bunch of you there. It'll be fun.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And how long will it last?
4 weeks.
I don't know the time, 6 to what?
Oh, I would say give it to at least 7:30.
Okay, because I plan to stream it so that people that can watch it, if they have to. So, okay, plan to do that. So people that can't be here or whatever, I plan to stream that.
Sounds good.
Okay, and when I stream it, I know that there are people that don't like to be on TV or internet or whatever, so what I will basically do will be showing your face. So anyhow, so people, you can still ask questions and all that, but I know that a lot of people do not want to be out there, and so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stream it so that the people that, I know that there's some people that would like to come to class and can't, so that would be a good opportunity for them to do that. And we can get the message out there. So just wanted to pass that on. One other thing I did want to just mention this morning is that I asked you all to say prayers for Wendy and little Gracie. I don't think she's going to make it too much longer. So anyhow, just say prayer for Wendy. And I've been taking care of Gracie for about, 4 years. And so anyhow, just say prayers for them because I know Wendy's going through a really hard time. So on the other hand, everybody, please be kind to everybody because this is people going through struggles no matter what they are. And it's even if you just say hi to somebody, sometimes that makes their day. So just remember that. So.
Jan,
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that I brought a basket of books in that are self-help books. And if anybody wants any, just take them for free, take them off because I'm getting downsizing and I'm getting rid of stuff. So if you're interested in any of the books, just take them.
Okay. Thank you. I forgot to say that.
Well, at this time, we usually end our service. Well, not quite. Well, we have a closing prayer before we end our service with a hymn. But generally, that's focused on the country, the world, people. But I think that under the circumstances, we should pray for the earth. Why? Well, there was a very interesting segment on 60 Minutes, I think it was last week, that talked about an expedition to the Thwaites Glacier, and that's in Antarctica. Now, this glacier is 80 feet across and is the size of the state of Florida. And it's also known as the Doomsday Glacier because if it falls into the sea, and what they were testing was to see how the waters around the glacier are. If it falls into the sea, it will gradually raise the level of the ocean 10 feet, which is an alarming amount. And also, it has been 120 years since the San Andreas Fault moved in any kind of large way. So it is bound to happen, hopefully not in our lifetimes, but to whomever it does happen, it would be a momentous moment. So shall we hold the earth in our prayers right now? We hear global warming all the time. The problems are in so many different places, we don't even realize it. So shall we close our eyes and give thanks, knowing that what is within and behind and in front of and surrounds this earth, this beautiful planet, is the omnipresence of God. We know the change is necessary. It will happen. But we pray earnestly that it will happen by degrees, gently, so people can adjust, so the proper actions can be taken to protect people, to inform them. We know that every change brings within it a blessing. We know that those changes in the earth seem to only be giving us warnings of difficulty, enormous difficulty. But as I said during my talk, right there is perfection. Right there is a blessing. right there is good. Amen. Shall we say our prayer of protection for people, for animals, insects, and birds, for everything on earth, especially the people we love. Starting now, the light of God surrounds you, the love of God enfolds you, the power of God protects you, the presence of God watches over you, the mind of God guides you, the power of God abides in you, the strength of God renews you. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Now our closing song. Would you like to stand?